How does Salvador Dali relate to people? I have a different kind of thing. I think so. I mean, there are people that somehow get me somewhat or curious about me, and some people just rebuff. They don't want looks weird to me. That's when my dad's like, try to act. He actually told me, he said, try to dress and act normal. But that's just, I made all this art, and it honestly wasn't a choice. I mean, just made it. It came out. But the artists that I studied came through in my. I mean, I did a lot of work on Paul Klee, on Kandinsky, Miro, Magritte, Dadaism, all the Dada artists, the neo-Dadais. So I did a lot of historical study and practice. I did a little scientific illustration. But what came through, I call it positive existentialism, because I think it's more on positive and creative, but it's also maybe an existential idea that I'm creating to put out there. And I didn't really know I was a weird artist, like strange and different. I thought I was just normal, but probably not as smart as most people, because we never really had good conversations or anything. And I think Kent really never discussed art with me at all, and I didn't discuss his speaking languages. There were just certain things we didn't talk about. I just did it. I was making art. He called one day to the house and talked to my ex-husband. He's like, what is she doing? And my ex-husband said, well, she's making art. He said, okay, well. He wanted me to have a career, and he knew how important that was. It was important for his other girlfriend, who was a doctor. So he respected that I was pursuing my art. I mean, that was important to me, and he liked that. He didn't degrade it. He wasn't like, oh, you'll never make a living. Oh, come on. I didn't know, but I was going to give it a try. And so, yeah, Henrietta, I became a volunteer at Art 6. It's a nonprofit art space, and I was there a few months. I'd go in, and I mean, I'd had one show in Harrisonburg, one little show, and it was unfinished. It was unfinished works, and I was with Wes Way, and he's such a cool, real deal artist. And he saw my work, and he didn't even know it was me. I hadn't seen him in 10 years, 15 years, and he loved it. He said, and then it's you. It's my old friend. So it was right after the Virginia Tech shootings. But so I invited Henrietta to come over. I wanted to see what she thought of my art. So she came over to my apartment studio, and she goes, oh, you make neo-Dada work. This is a very educated lady that just I didn't even know that that's what it was. And I mean, I guess I'd been influenced by the ideas, but it wasn't a conscientious choice. It was subconscious. It was a subconscious thing of building, creating an idea over time, pursuing it. I like the avenue that I don't know what it's going to be. It's always a surprise to me. And so everything I do is like, oh, okay. And then I experiment with new techniques and build it up and build it up and build it up. Whether it's realism or minimalism or Fauvism, it's neo-Dadaism. It's a combination of different artists. I mean, I love Leonardo's beautiful drawings. Yeah, you can't get discouraged as an art student just because you don't draw like Escher. It can be tough, because I can't draw like Escher either. That was his special gift. So Henrietta gave me the nicest card. She had me have a show at Art 6, and I met some really wonderful artists. I decided to have a group show. And I wrapped everything up. I ended up cutting myself like in my leg. And then I went to Joseph's store, and he let me use the machines to wrap everything up, like with glycine paper. And it's a hassle and costs money to show. People don't really engage in that. It makes me so like, couldn't we do a little better, people? Like, Ralph, could you not decorate your house with some art? Like, fucking go to a show and buy a piece of work from one of these struggling artists. It's learning, or they're good. And I don't blame the individual. I blame the government I blame the government for not educating people on the arts. I mean, God damn it. Could you not just teach them a little bit about music theory, about guitar playing? How about some singing and dancing? When we get people that come down for the party, so to speak, and John Crutchfield got so mad, they came in and drank all his wine and ate all his food, and he's got a gift shop. It's not even really an art gallery, and not one person felt obligated to support him. We can't do that, right? I was so surprised. I saw that my friend Ed Trask, I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, I know this artist. They didn't pay much money for it, to donate it to the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts. Art is not important to society. What is important is your fucking iPhone, your computer, your goddamn BMW that costs $45,000. And to me, Paul de Pascali is exactly right. Why don't these stop signs stop people? They don't even work. And we spend $40,000 on them. Now you spend it on something that works, like a beautiful painting that you can pass down generation after generation, or at least support the artist. Give the artist a little bit of money. If they can't make a living at it, maybe they make a living at something else, whether it's music or things like that. Training in poor... I'm really frustrated because I have a good message and nobody can hear it. All they see is purple dogs. When the fuck are you going to have me say the truth? The primary being metaphysical truth of Aristotle. What he's saying to us as a collective audience that nobody reads anymore because we can't read. We're breeding engineers and math but no ethics. That is how we've gotten in such a dilemma, because they will produce things and they will produce things and they have no ethical or moral backbone for the environment or their children. All they're looking at is a dollar sign. You have to educate people in the arts and the creative thinking. I don't know how Sir Ken Robin does it without just shooting his audience. Like, do you guys not want to wake up? These are our children. This is our environment. This is our world. Yes, the sun is going to burn out. And maybe by then, Richard Branson will have us a spaceship. Thank you.